Hello. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I don't know why this is making me feel a little sick. Good morning, good evening, good night. Hi. This is the second dual stream. The second one. And what a perfect way to start it by animating. Yay! I love animation. Oh. I love animation so much that I hate it. And I don't know how many big animators feel about animation. But how I feel about it is I like it. I like the it. Until I don't. Like, last night I was working on this with a friend on call, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. The first time I'm on... I say on time with a trend. Kind of on time with a trend. I don't think I'm gonna be on time for very long. So what we have planned today is I already have the sketch. Sorry, I'm taking off my sandals. I just got back from being out. Hi, Magic! Hello, hello. How are you? I just got back from work. I hope you're having a good day. To anybody listening, drink some water. I hope you guys are also having a good day. I was just getting to talk about the actual, I say quote-unquote project, but the project that I'm working on. Tired and also got home from work. Nice. I'm gonna turn my mouse off for now so the feedback isn't crazy. Nice. Nice. It was a short day, but I work tomorrow, so lovely things. Do I have it muted to me? Hold on. I can't hear my audio. Or did I have it? Hold on. Did I mess it up? Where's my mouse? Hold on. It shows it's playing. Do you hear the music? Am I insane? Am I crazy? Am I? Hold on, let me make sure I didn't mute something. System? That's me here double. Let me... Huh. Okay. So I don't hear double. I do hear music. Okay. Good. So I had it correct. So... And I wanted it mute to... Mute to system. No, not mute to stream. I don't remember what I did. As long as you guys can hear it, that's fine. But does it still play? As long as it's playing in OBS, I think it's fine. I'm just trying not to have it in my ears. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're fine. I think we're Gucci. Okay, good. Awesome sauce. Okay, so today's project, let me pull up my timeline. I've animated in... I got... Okay. I've animated in Clip Studio before. It's been a long time since I've done so. However, I'm still really rusty at it, and I've never done coloring in animations on here. I've only ever done colored animations on Procreate. So this is gonna be a whole can of worms. We're gonna figure it out together. Sorry, I keep hearing my audio. Sorry if you hear feedback. It gets a little crazy over here. It's a little too crazy, if you ask me. So today I have... Also, I think this is the first time I've done actual OC work on stream. That was planned. I have the sketch that I've done. I need to fix the glasses. I need to fix the face because the proportions are wrong. And I know they are. I also have to fix the... you can't see it right now. Let me show. Okay, I have to show you what I did yesterday. At the point of drawing and redrawing Yuharu, at some point I was like, I don't want to animate anymore. So we're animating now. But I don't know who we're putting as the little guy yet that's dancing around Yuharu's head. I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna really, like, come out of this. All I know is that I have to fix proportions here. Oh. I have to fix... Oh. Is using the B pen? Yeah. I have to fix the proportions here. Because I don't know if you can see it, especially, like, around this frame. It's way more elongated than I intend to, even though there is a bounce, even though there is supposed to be like that stretch and stretch and squeeze, or stretch and squish, not squeeze. It's supposed to happen, but I still feel like he's too tall and his legs are not as even as they need to be. Because I extended the length instead of doing it properly. So what I'm going to do is, for now, say goodbye to you, Haru. Bye-bye. Wait, what are you? What are you? What are you? Okay, you're Yuharu. You can go away. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. That's okay. So what we're gonna do instead is... Sorry. I have a bad cough. It is pretty vile. The focus for now is just gonna be my little guy. She has no name yet. No name, no face. I'm gonna work on making sure this little guy looks good in each of the each of the layers or the cells, and that way whenever I get to actually animating or figuring out what I'm gonna do, which I should probably open a new file and see what I want to do. Let's see. Little guy plants. As long as I can get like the basic shape, then I can start adding features that I really desire. For now, little guy plans are question mark. So let's go back. First layer. Okay, let me actually... And I hate to do this. My biggest problem whenever I started animating again in this was I did, hold on, let me open. Can I open the one that I did previously? Making sure it doesn't show on OBS, which it shouldn't. I'm not sharing my screen. Not that I have anything damning in these files. It's just I like to have it organized in a very specific way. And I'm a massive nerd. Let's see. Where's the sheep spin? Sheep spin? Okay, yeah. It's oh, it corroded! No! But you can see, let me hide this layer. What I did is I had points that I wanted to fit. And this is much faster, by the way. I think I sped up how quickly the sequence was, and or some of the files are missing, because it was a more smoother transition from what I remember. I feel so sad. No, my sheep spin. It's okay. Go back to here. Oh. Maybe this isn't the final file. Go. Let me see. I may have had a second sheep spin file. Yeah, okay. This is the 36. The timeline settings, yeah. This is the final one, because I can... Yeah. And I changed what frame rate I was working at. I think I went between 24 and 36 for that one, but I still had like a lot of in-betweens. The actual GIF format for this one was really good, I'm not gonna lie. But, so for this, the issue is, see how big he looks? Like, hold on, let's get to... See, the portions are a little bit off. But I did do a slight stretch here. There is a slight stretch. But I still think instead of... Let's see, can I? Yes. Instead of stretching... Like, I should have stretched this way, right? Fudge. I should have stretched this way, just like in the head, and then the feet still be a little big. Let's see. The portions in the hands are not a problem either. I think I just need to do them a little bit closer. A little bit bigger, a little bit closer, that way it looks more realistic, you know? Let's see. Animation is not my strong suit. It's not my passion. I'm very novice at the idea. I've done animations before. They've been poor. I'm not very good. But I enjoy it. It's something that can get me into drawing. So let me extend. Say extend, but yeah. I think I'm gonna make this like a foot situation, even though there's no air. Actually, I probably should level it out a bit more, because there's nothing to create like an impact. It's like hopping with no impact frame, you know? You're just skipping an air. Kind of think of like All Dogs Go to Heaven, where he just bounces. And they bounce, but they bounce in a way that's not, you know, like not realistic, because there's no gravity, there's no sense of like ground, It's just the characters in like air. Same thing here. Same thing we're doing here. It's hard. I say it's hard. It's hard. It's really, really hard. It's undeniably something hard. It's hard to be a bard. Hard to be the bard. I apologize to Christian Borle and God, what was it? I apologize to Christian Borle as Shakespeare in Something's Rotten. Honestly, a really good role for him. I'm not sure about the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, nor do I care that he was in, oh god, what was he in now? I'm trying to remember. What was that TV show? Hazbin Hotel. I don't know how they got him for, like, I get it. I really do. It's theater nerds. They had, oh, I can't remember her name. But she was in, Sarah Bareilles' Waitress. It's like Kimmy... Oh, I'm gonna get canceled by the theater nerds for this. I can't remember. But she was in it too. They got her as a little creature. She's a yokai, but whatever. Nobody cares that I'm a nerd. Everybody loves a nerd until they start rambling about their favorite things. What musical is the best? I'm gonna be honest. If you really like Shrek the Musical, you're gonna like Something's Rotten. Because it's as zany, if not more, than Shrek the Musical. I think Shrek the Musical does Shrek more justice at times than the actual series does, and that's crazy. But it was like a flop. It was a competition flop project, should I say. To make fun of Disney and to counter like what they were doing at the time. But I still think it's crazy that if you worked on if you worked on Prince of Egypt and you didn't do a good job, they forced you to do Shrek. I don't know how true it is, but I do like that tidbit, that little spice. Oh. Let's see. This is gonna be gross. You can tell at this point I did not want to draw. I can have it angled this way. Yeah. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Look at that. And you couldn't tell me otherwise. Like, I think this is a really good start. Do you think this... I think it's going well. I don't think I'm stretching too much. I think I'm adding just enough for shortening. Yeah. Let's get this done. Yeah. Try not to think too hard about this. Honestly, I will say animating on this Yuan is way nicer than animating on the XP pen that I had. Thank you, Huan. I'm not sponsored. I paid $800 for this tablet, and I don't regret it, actually. It was a Christmas purchase. It was a gift for me. And I don't regret it. However... it took a while to get used to the dang it No. It took a while to get used to the what's it called? The way that the UI is in comparison to the other, and how it adapts to Clip Studio. Took a while, but I finally figured out how to flip it and get the eraser, you know, or... Bro, your foot is so big. It's okay. It's okay. Now I will also say, I'm happy with this. I think what I should start doing for art streams is just like draw, have something set up. Having something set up ahead of time in mind is much better for me mentally than just being like, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some sketches. Because whenever I sketch, I want to yap. And the yapping takes over and I have no... Excuse me! I have no clear line of direction that I want to go with my activity. I wonder if I made the body too big here. No, that's good. Maybe I'm making the legs too big though. I might have to squish the legs a little bit, and that's okay. Me when I gotta squish my legs. Honestly, I really wish I was I really wish I was listening to the hit book The Count of Monte Cristo right now. I think it would make the silence feel a little bit better, but I know my ass would not be listening. Now here you see what went wrong. This is too big. This is much too big. I don't know what I was doing. Nope. Oopsie. Yeah, at this point, I'm like, man, I wish I was listening to The Count of Monte Cristo. It finally got to a part where I was really invested. Because a lot of these old novels, right? It's a lot of preamble. And you just hear some guy talk. Usually a guy. Very, very rarely a woman. Unless you're the Brontes. Or Mary Shelley. Or Jane Austen. Or Janet Oak. Or... Who's another female author from that time period? Hildegard of Bingen, or Teresa of Avila, or Jesus. I don't know. They're authors, but some of these are published posthumously, or diary entries. I don't know. Unless you have like. I don't know. These novels, though, honestly, I'm actually really invested. I had to look at the Wikipedia page because sometimes names for me are a little hard to remember. I went through a whole book series and I could not, for the life of me, you could not pay me. You couldn't pay me to remember some of the characters' names because in the midst... Did I fuck it up? No. It was you who fucked it up. It was past VUL-PAY who fucked it up. In the midst of reading, I was also working at the same time. I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. Just because it's easy. And I'm stupid. I have to have somebody read to me now. This is me joking. Hi, gamer. You. No, you. I'm talking about audiobooks. My beloved right now. I kind of want to make a meme for I should be making memes of Dantes from not Devil May Cry, not Dante from Devil May Cry, but Edmund Dantes from which I fucking hate that because I'm pretty sure it's Edmund Dante because I don't think the French pronounce the S. Marquis, like Marquis Paris. Why is it Dantes? That's my problem. Is the English are getting to it. Because I don't even think I'm trying to think of last names that have an S. In French. Do I know many French names that are end with an S? Marseille ends in an S, but it's strong. How come? Here's my plight. Why? Why did they translate it like that? Why did they do that? Why was the fuck, I forgot what the legs looked like. Oh, they were forward. Why did Dumont, or is it Alexander Dumont? I don't think that's his name. But why did he decide that that is the plan of action? Like, yes, it is Marquis de Sade. It is, like, the S is silent. Parlez-nous, like, nous? Parlez-nous? S is silent. Bois? Pa? All of it's silent. And yet, Dantes. Dante. Or actually, hold on. Let me think about it. Give me 5 seconds to ponder. Ponder this, because I just noticed it. 5. Let's see. Ah, shit. I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think what I can do is I can fix the foot here and make it look like he's hopping. You're having an existential crisis right now. Yeah, because it's annoying. I think his name is Alexander Dumont. Don't quote me. I can't remember his last name right now for the life of me, and I should. Ah, fudge. But the thing is, typically in French the S is silent, so why for the last name would it be different? Why would it be? You're quoting me right now. Ah. Ah. I just don't know. Why would it be different? Why? Hold on. I actually have to pause. We're taking a break. We're taking a break. I'm gonna sideline this. Hold on. I'm going to sideline this real quick. Okay. Come on, wake up. Where's the audio sound? Hold on. Ha 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 ha. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I wish I could read vowels and sounds. Like, I wish I could read this phonetically. Don. Dotte. Because no way the S is pronounced. Oh, no way. Is his name actually Dantes? Sa. No way. Hold on. We're hearing this together. Dantes. Oh, are you kidding? French, eat my shorts. French. Be hanged, drawn, and quartered. French, may you have it back to music, whatever. I don't care anymore. Have your music back. I'm not letting y'all listen to this shit. I'm so mad. I don't know much about French vocabulary, so you can't be too mad at me. Am I French? Yes. Do I understand the French language? Absolutely not. It's a proper noun. If it's a proper noun, it ends with a S. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna squish this up. Like that. And just curve the toe out a little bit. Whatever. Whatever. In German, it does this too sometimes. That's crazy. I'm also very sorry. I am reading chat. If people are chatting on YouTube, I just also... I don't know if anybody's been chatting. I just realized I had top messages on instead of everything else. That's annoying. That's evil of a different degree. So actually, a lot of time gets word borrowed from... Yeah. Makes sense. It's gross. Proper nouns. Blah, blah, blah. Proper name. Something something. Man, it's been a while since I watched Lego Batman. That was such a good movie. I used to have it on DVD, I think. I don't think I have it anymore. Proper name. Place name. I've got to stop doing that. I need to... You need to leave! I need to solidify this so that I can draw more. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. I'm fine. But yeah, I've been reading it. I got to the point where, spoil alert for those who want to read a 100 and probably like 200-year-old book. Almost 300-year-old book by this time standards. I don't know. If you don't want to be spoiled by old books, leave or come back. I can't tell you what to do. But I'm at the point where Dantes Edmund is in prison and he meets the abbess Freyan, and they're talking, and I think he's dying. Sorry. I actually saw the gout drop. Whoops. Sorry, everybody. But he's dying, and he's like, you need to go create a plan to escape, because if I'm dying here in jail, you have to find a way out. So, it honestly, besides that, it slaps. I saw the premise. I didn't get spoiled for everything. I just wanted to have an idea of like who names and places were, because I have a hard time listening and reading French, because my brain does not pick it up, especially from an Englishman. But it's at a point where I am really excited. Excuse me. I'm starting to see a little bit more in the plot. And that is really fun. I enjoyed that. Besides that, I mean, I've been doing, I think I talked about it last stream, I've been reading fantasy again, which is very relieving, because I used to be a giant fantasy nerd. I only read portal fantasies or historical fantasy fiction, which I didn't realize was an actual thing. I also liked a lot of portal fantasies. I really enjoyed growing up and reading, what's it called? I enjoyed Narnia. I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter, so I get one fantasy, and it was Narnia. I also read things like, oh god, Extravaganza, which was really interesting. Magic Treehouse. I love me a Magic Treehouse. I actually bought a Magic Treehouse book because I couldn't buy Bone. You know, the series by, oh, I have it on shelf. It's Jeff. I can't remember his last name right now. By Jeff. Jeff Kinney? I think? Question mark? But I had to buy that book instead, because Mama V would not let me buy the other one. But yeah, I've been reading audiobooks, but this time I did a fantasy series. I did 2 fantasy series, actually. The author of the same book, I read the first one because I got a free app with my job. Yay, job! With that free app from my job, I got to listen to new audiobooks, and there's one that came out at the beginning of July. I was kind of... Was it the beginning of July? Did I finish it that quickly? I think so. Or maybe it was the beginning of June. I can't remember. Anyways. To make a long story short, it was based off of Queen Anne of Brittany, who married Louis XII? The Sun King of France. Or Louis X. I cannot remember the numbers, but Catherine Arden is the author. It's called The Unicorn Hunters. I got really invested in it because I also really like political dramas. But political fantasy dramas. Like, another favorite is those, like, the Chinese or Korean, harem? Harem? The harem ones. The harem dramas are fun, too. Alright. Now let's add Yehuda back. And then what we do is erase. I might have to pull it out a bit more because I don't think it's believable. There we go. This might be a little bit more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't realize that adult novels... I don't know. Maybe I live in a very innocent world where even though I myself am not innocent, I think everybody else kind of like I don't know. It's the same thing with like specific romance. I don't like a lot of explicit material in my... Oh, come on. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, that's why. I don't like a lot of explicit material in my books. I'll be so frank with you. But whenever I do see it, I'm not like, ew, that's gross. I'm just like, whoa. Yeah. Well, it's the same author, and that's why. I'll get to that. Because what happened was I read the first one and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That happened? Whoa. Whoa. And then I finished that book. I finished The Unicorn Hunters. Honestly, I wish there was more fantasy in it. I wish there was more world building. That they expanded beyond that, but there's only so much you can do. She likes to leave her stuff really open-ended, because after I finished The Unicorn Hunters, I was like, I need another fantasy novel, but I don't know. I want like her fantasy novel. I think she would be really good at world building. So then I start reading, oh god, what was it? I start reading the Winter of the Witch series, where the Nightingale, it was like The Bear, the Nightingale, The Girl in the Tower, Winter of the Witch. 3-part series, trilogy. Honestly, really good trilogy. If you like Russian fantasy, that was also a new one, was Russian fantasy. That was new to me. So I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna read this series, and if I like it, I'll continue. I went through all 3 books. The last one made me sob my eyes out, because I'm really sensitive to loss. And I lost so much. I felt so much pain reading those books. The big thing for me, though, and what I'm gonna bring back about how they keep blinking, or they keep, you know, they keep having, it's, and sometimes, yeah. Anyways, I keep reading the series, and the first 2 books, they're fine, they're normal, and then we get to the 3rd book, and it does have adult material in it, but it kind of does the same thing that Danmei does at times, which is curtain falls next day, you know? So you're not constantly exposed to things, I guess is what it is. I sure as am. I could do Morse code with this thing. Don't test me. Anyways, the book series was good. I felt the same way, whereas I really wish she continued the series and explored more of the fantasy. Because the thing is, her fantasy is so rooted in reality that I get so invested in the fantasy part that whenever she's like, and the adventure continues, without any other preamble, like, it's a very open-ended... It's open-ended in the sense that them continuing on their path is closed to you, the reader, but the story continues beyond you. And with the winner of the Witch series, I was like, well, is she gonna go to XYZ? Will she do XYZ? No epilogue? No nothing? No... I would take a 3-chapter... I'd prefer a Hunger Games epilogue to the endings that Catherine Arden has given me in both the winner of the Witch series and the other one. And I refuse to read any of her other series because they look scary. And I don't want scary. I just want folk tales. I just want historical fiction. Or, historical fantasy fiction, mind you. Because in her fiction stories, they're based off of real people. It, honestly, honest to God, it partially set me up to read or to listen to The Count of Monte Cristo. Because The Count of Monte Cristo, a lot of the characters are actually real people. Some of them are fictional, but they're based off of real people, you know. I know Edmond Dantes is based off of a real person. But even by name, I think Abbe Freire. Oh, I hate his name. Yeah, Abbe, Freiren. Abbe Freiren, I know for a fact I'm butchering his name, but also I know for a fact that he is, okay, now I'm gonna put markers. I know for a fact that he is, based off of an actual, friar. Or abbey, if you will. Let's see. Now that I have my marks on where I want my facial expressions, my hat. Ooh, I cannot remember the terms today, guys. Now that I have my marks set out where I need the facial expressions planted, I can do some planning. So, Yuharu is a part of a series that some friends and I got together and we made characters for. I was planned later, or it was planted later, and this is a character that I had planned for it. My OC Yuharu. This is Yuharu main. But the little guy, I still don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the little guy. Little guy for now is just a little guy. And I think what I can do is I could do two things. I could do younger Yuharu, the love interest, or I could do a third secret thing, which is Yuharu again, but older. I don't know. Or actually, I could do Frenesy. A special third thing just for you. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm also gonna take a small little, not a smoke break, but a small little break. You guys watch. Be right back. I'm back. Back to stream. Back to art. The books are good. Everything is good. Now I have to think about what I'm gonna do. I kinda wanna do a younger, naive Yoharu, but I might have to pull up might have to pull up resources. Oh. Actually, I might do young Yoharu. Just instead. Just fine. Which... What a nerd. What a nerd! Anyways. I'm just trying out what I think young Yoharu would look like. In terms of these drawings, I for sure think skirt in long sleeve. And then from the side view, gonna have a little sheep tail. Because Yoharu is a sheep. I don't think I gave Yoharu horns. Sorry. I can't remember. Anyways. I don't remember. I forgot. Oh. Let's get this done. Let's get this party started. Okay. I have to name this folder real quick. Hold on. Hold on. While I name this, I'm gonna tell y'all a slight... I'll tell you guys about work and stuff. the period that I like the busiest part of the season is almost over, but then we have a 2-week break and then we're back in hell, I guess. Which I'm kind of feeling really about. I might take a small vacation between days just to feel a little bit more normal, you know? Let's see. Gonna name this clean up little guy. There we go. I'm gonna name you Ruff. Yeah, I've been going. They've been sending me places. I've been going places. This season is not, like, I feel tired now because I'm like, God, we gotta get over this. I think if we had done it, like, last year, I wouldn't be so tired. I wouldn't be so exhausted. Because at this point, I'm, like, out of my mind. Exhausted. There we go. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong. But I'm just really tired. Oh. Whoops. To the point nothing is fixing it. Like, I've been sleeping early. I can sleep as early. I can eat as well. But I think right now, clearly I'm just really, really sleepy and really tired because I'm worn out. Not entirely burnt out, but for sure worn. And so, I don't know. I got a change of scenery, if you will, where they asked me to do an event at... It was a kids event somewhere in the area. And I said, sure, I'll assist with that. I don't mind. I have... Because I know ASL. I know enough ASL that I can teach it. I feel like it's the blind leading the blind. More importantly, the hearing leading the deaf. Or the hearing leading the hearing to teach them about the deaf community and teach them about sign language. But sometimes it's people's only interaction with it. So take it with a grain of salt that I, a hearing person, do teach it. If you really, really want to learn sign language, learn from your deaf community. I just had the immense privilege of learning from a paid resource that I get for free forever now, regardless of where I am. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, it's an evergreen resource. Thank you, dude. Thank you to the man who taught us. But as for now, we have these community events where, like, the library goes out and they read to people. Or they go to these event centers or these community centers and they host an event or, like, an outreach. And in my outreach, or the outreach that I was invited to, it was specifically for doing story time to kids in ASL. So I have, like, a couple of books that I've personally translated to the best of my abilities. You know, I'm not perfect, but I do pride myself in putting a lot of efforts into the translations that I do. And so what I have been doing is, oh dang. I have a couple of books that I make it my goal to translate. I translated them And I would do my personal story times outside of that. They were like, hey, we're doing this one thing, you want to come do it? And I was like, sure! So I did. And honestly, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. If I ever had doubts about my language learning or ASL experience, I think for where I'm at, I'm doing pretty good. We have somebody who comes and she does, like, she goes out into the community with a friend who, I don't know if this friend has deaf family or if they themselves just, like, are a advocate for it, or they work with people who are deaf, because we do have, like, a school for the deaf in the area, as most big cities do. There's always, like, a community thing, but I may actually, hold on. The eyes are too gorgeous. We need to go big and soft and sad. Eyes too pointy. Oops. Anyways, we do have a community here, and we do have, like, a school for the deaf here. For those who need those resources, or they don't come from families who are deaf, and they themselves are, so, you know, it's things like that. I think what I'm gonna do, actually, is... like that. There we go. I think this is cute. We do have a community here, and so we try to bring awareness and give access to those kids who may not have that in their area. And we did it in a place that, like, it was free and people could come and learn. And I have the repertoire. I have the repertoire. I have the 3 books that I've been working on, I think. I have Go Dogs Go. I have This Is Not My Hat. I did have Where the Wild Things Are, but I'm not extremely familiar with it as much as I am the other 2, because it's a big book, and it's got a lot of words and a lot of very complex, difficult signs. I say complex, difficult for, like, a beginner. It's not a beginner book, and I did it for my final. Be proud of me. I did it. I read it. What I'm probably gonna do for the hair, though, is I have the ponytail in mind, or the pigtails in mind, and just do... maybe I'll do braids, actually. I don't think I like the pigtails. I think I like the hair down, and, like, a short bob, or, like, a braid. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, I had done, I had a couple of books that I've done. Oh, I know Goodnight Moon, but we already had that one. We had done it together as a group. And so I had Goodnight Moon, but Goodnight Moon is not a good book for kids. You know? I mean, it is, but it's for bedtime, not for public library time, you know. And so instead, I did Go Dogs Go, and This Is Not My Hat, which is a recent translation. And I felt really nervous, but I don't feel nervous anymore because some of the people who were in the same class as me, and some of the which who are leaders, this is the book that they did for their final project last year, and they still don't have it memorized word for word in sign. Okay, oh wait, can I remember where the wild things are? Today. Can't remember it, actually. I would have to look it over again. But, like, people who have been doing it consistently, doing those titles consistently since our final, and they didn't have it down packed, or if they did, they weren't used to, like, talking and signing, which, to be fair, it is considered a little rude to do both. A lot of times you speak and sign for, like, education reasons, but very rarely should you do it, like, in person. And a lot of your signs need to be, like, exaggerated. I say exaggerated, but, like, using your facial expressions, and I don't feel... I don't know. I just felt... I felt solid in my translations. Not only did I feel solid in my translation, I felt like I was on track, and I did a good job, but I don't know, something about sign language is easy for me to catch on, but maybe it's because I immerse myself a little bit more outside of work with it, or at least try to, and so I felt good. I had a coworker who was out for like a few weeks. And it's the coworkers that I've had troubles with, so I honestly was a little okay with it. I was a little at peace for once, and I got some work that I needed to get done. Yeah, finished. So I'm gonna... I think I can do like a cute little, what's it called here? Like a Mary Jane. Yeah, like that. Oh. I don't think I know what a Mary Jane... Do you know what a Mary Jane looks like? Or I could do like a loafer situation. The loafers are also really cute. It fits you, Hutter. Let me see. I don't think I'm doing this correct. Oh, yeah. She was out. And so we had somebody else come in to help, like, for a few days. They were so cuties. Thank you. Thank you. We had somebody help. And she... There's some tea there that I will not talk about. Because it's very important tea and it's kind of crazy. But anyways, to make a long story short, she was in management. She's not in management anymore. They put her in a position where now she's like, if somebody needs a warm body, they can, that person can help. And so now all they do is they come and they helped. But I felt really targeted. There was a portion of that where it felt really targeted. Very pointed. And I know now, with the foresight and in talking to other people, that she was just trying to like test the water and see how other branches do stuff. But I said, because she was talking and she was like, oh yeah, do you guys give away free copies or like free prints? And I had to like shut up and be like, no, we don't give away free prints. But every so often, like if there is a large or sizable donation throughout the week and somebody who like gets a copy and they're like, keep the change, because it's kind of cheap to get a copy. It's really cheap to get prints. Like I printed 150 prints one time and it was like $40. Maybe like $25 maybe. It's 25. I remember. Got like 100 something prints that I did. And I just remember being like, no, we don't give away free stuff. And in fact, like, I had to like be kind of skeptical because I knew she was in upper management. I was like, and in fact, if people pay in that week though, what I like to do is, because at the end of the week it's always totaled in, you might as well give somebody short on change, you know, be like, oh, somebody else covered your print today, no worries. Sometimes I ask people for prints. Sometimes I give away free prints because it's like a mess up or something. It's like a personal documentation, like an ID or social security card or like medical information with their like data, like their date of birth or freaking passports or visa cards. Sometimes I don't like having mistakes of that in my shredder even, and so I just tell people, look, you can keep these copies because it was my bad, hold on to that. And they're like, oh, thank you. Like, yeah, because it's got their personal, it's weird, it feels weird to me. I always make sure I don't keep people's personal information as much as possible. And so I always give it to them for free. But I felt very weird to tell somebody who used to be in upper management what they do. But apparently at one of the other branches, like if people are busy and it's just like one print, they'll give it away. But I'm pretty sure it's for the same reason of they get so many people who do donations that they just don't care. But in the smaller branches, you kind of have to be more careful. Oh god, what else happened? I hate to moan about work and be like, ugh, work again. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. It to be like, work again. In my art stream, it's more likely than you think. Y'all would not believe how chaotic it gets. There was another time recently where I dealt with somebody. In the library, you deal with people that you don't like all the time. It just happens. It's also the same thing with like, what's it called? It's the same thing you deal with like in service, any sort of like service job. You deal with people, and sometimes you deal with the best of people and sometimes you deal with the worst of people. And particularly lately it's been so busy that whenever I deal with the worst of the worst, I'm just like, I can't handle this. Actually, there was one lady who's been coming. I will complain about a page about a person There's one person who's been coming in, and she's just not kind to deal with. I have a hard time with her. She interrupts me. She's kind of uncouth. A little bit. A little rude. And rude to the point that I'm in the middle of making a point or trying to explain something and I get talked over. And it got so bad that this is a different one. This is a person. This is an individual. This is not the coworker I have beef with. This is an individual. Sometimes you deal with the worst of the worst in the public. And this person, I have dealt with them before. It's just, she's difficult. She's a difficult person. And my boss told me, pay it no mind. I know who she is. I know where she comes from. I grew up with her. My kids grew up with her, so I know how she is. And I'm like, okay, I'll give her benefit of the doubt. Well, it came to a head, I think last week, where I was working, and I think I was in the front by myself. I was handling, like, most, like, library tasks, you know? I was getting set up for coming back from lunch. And this person, mind you, she's always huffing. She's always mad about something. And whenever she's not mad or upset at something, she acts like she does. She slams the keyboard. She's really rough on the printer. She's very demanding. Because of reasons. Reasons that I won't disclose. And what happened was, like, I got off my lunch, I come to the front, and she's there. And I'm like, okay, well, she's back. She came the other day, and I had a really rough time. Let's see what she needs today. And I'm up there, and she does not talk to me. Does not acknowledge me. Goes straight to the printer. We don't have self-serving stations at the printer. Like, you do not pay ahead at our branch because we're small enough. We don't have to do that. At the bigger branches, it's encouraged to do the pay ahead systems. We do not have the pay ahead at this library. You do it. We don't have like a coin dispenser. We don't do nothing like that. So anyways, this person comes up, does not acknowledge me, doesn't even say hi, nothing. Goes straight to the planner, slams it up. And mind you, these are new printers. We got a new printer last year. And she's treating it so rough. And I'm like, oh my god, what did this printer do to you? She slams it up. She starts printing. Now, as I am there in the front, she's like, I'm gonna print here and then I'm gonna print on the computer. Okay. Okay. I acknowledge it. I move on. Next, my other coworker, the one that I have beef with, but I've like it's not underwater, but it's like I just think she needs to retire. She's tired and old and has a lot of health problems, and I'm like, I just want you to rest because you're making yourself miserable here in this situation, in a job that requires you to have patience, or sometimes she doesn't have it. So I just she comes, but get this, my coworker either knew her or they worked together, and I can't remember, at some point in their lives. So she's very sweet on my coworker, and she'll be like, can I have this? Can you help me? Can you? Like, she will bug the mess out of my coworker. And my coworker cannot stand it either, which is very pointed, makes sense. But she still does it because she's a good Christian. a good Christian woman. And she doesn't want to let people down because it's merit, you know, same difference. And what will happen, right, is she will come in and ask for everything and the moon. She will ask for the world and all its treasures and all of its mightiest and beautiful sights and I hate to say the word exotic, the world's most miraculous lights and creatures and everything, and the sun and the moon hung above for her. To the point that the day before, she asked me to go get the hole puncher because she knew we had a hole puncher. Like, my coworker's like, yeah, we can, I guess. And I had to unplug the electric hole puncher, bring it to the front, unplug one of our desk computers, plug it in, and hole punch it for her because she would not leave. Because she knew we had a hole puncher. Anyways, back to the point. This lady, she came in, guns ablaze, really mad. I get my older coworker, hey, can you do this for me? And, because I'm like, thank God she's here. She can get the heat off of me. Because if I deal with her, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I'm like, can you do this for me? And she goes, hey, can you ring up her prints for me? I haven't done it yet. I didn't finish out. Okay. She sits at the finance desk. I go back to mine. I handle another patron who is printing. But she's printing off of one of the computers. She's awesome. She just handles genealogy usually. Like, she's come in a couple of times. I kind of enjoy her company. She's always interesting. She's always looking up some sort of genealogical history. And I'm like, I can respect that because I've done it before. And then she finishes printing there, leaves her papers, goes to the computer, slams the keyboard, slamming the mouse. She goes, so-and-so, can you give me, I have to print on the computer. I'll have 7 prints. So-and-so, can you give me a print pass? So-and-so, can you bring it here? So-and-so, can you print these off for me? I have 7 prints. So-and-so, I haven't sent them yet, but I need them printed. So-and-so, so-and-so. And she's like at the computer desk instead of coming up like a normal person, and it's really not that far. She could walk over. She could just walk over, and she didn't. Anyways, so by the end of it, my coworker counts all the prints, and she's like, so it's $27. She looks at the coworker funny, and the lady goes, oh, I paid for those already. Huh? Quoi? For why? Huh? Excuse me? I'm sorry. You had just walked in. I had just done your prints. I told my coworker that you had not finished out, and yet you come in, you come up to me, you come up to my coworker, who also knows that you have not paid for prints yet, and you're claiming that you paid for 27 prints. Or for the first 20, and then the 7 off the computer. Because the issue was, while she was printing stuff off the computer, she said that she had 8 pages. She sent 7. And Teresa's trying to... Ooh. TC. Coworker's trying to get her to look at it. She doesn't want to look at it. She just says she has 8 prints. Doesn't want to look at it. We total it out to 27. She tells my coworker, hey, I paid for those already. I paid for those. Those shouldn't be included. Mind you, as I said before, we don't have a self-serving printer. And she knows it because we never had a self-serving printer at the small branch that I work at. She knows because she comes and does prints all the time. And I have done prints for her off that printer, and we have never had a self-serving system. There's no pay-ahead system at these smaller branches. There's no need for it. At the bigger branches, yes. At these smaller branches, no. And so, what happens is, coworker goes, well, I didn't do that. I didn't charge you. I didn't charge you for your prints. And then she's like, but I could have sworn. And then she turns to me and looks at me. And I'm like, ain't no way I'm letting this pasty white grifting freaking unkind woman, mind you, I know she's unkind. This unkind, rude person. I'm not gonna let them gaslight me. So I look at her and I go, I didn't charge you for those either. She goes, it's fine. It's whatever. I have to go talk to my lawyer. It's fine. I'll just do this. I'll just pay it and I'll go. And I have to be places. And so she had to go. I will not tell you what we printed for her and why we were like, oh my god, afterwards, but I was like, that's why she was mad, because it had to do with what she was printing. And honestly, I have no I have no sympathy, because you're an idiot for doing that. I cannot disclose what she had printed, but my god, that was stupid. Yes, of course, that's why you're mad. You shouldn't be mad about your mistake, though. So, I told my boss, because I had instances before at previous jobs where I had done jack shit. Sorry, let me take a pause. Scum villain self-serving system. Yes, very good, very good. I had previous jobs where, the people that I've served at the siren, you know, the siren's lair, the green siren, whenever I worked there, I had somebody at some point talk to my manager. I can't remember if it happened that day and she came later, or if it happened the day before and she came the next day and said something. She said, that she came, I don't know, I was in the back, I was cleaning something. I think I was getting whipped creams ready. Like whipped creams, or I was cleaning, or I was counting a drawer or something. And my boss comes up to me, and my boss is like, hey, so this lady said that you threw change at her. She came for a coffee yesterday and you threw the change at her. Huh? What? What? For why? And so I look at her and I was like, Rose, be so for real with me right now. I laughed. I straight up laughed and I said, and she's a liar for saying that. Why would you not trust me? She goes, oh, okay, well, I'll go look at the cameras. She looks at the cameras. I remember that lady too. She got a medium black coffee for $3.85. She had 15 cents left in change. Or maybe it was $3.82 or something like that. And I gave her change back. And it was about 18 cents. If not, $3.85. Something like that. I gave her a dime. Maybe it's $3.90 something. I gave her a dime and 2 nickels back. Or a dime and 2 pennies. Back to her hand. And I remember the sensation of just being like, I think whenever it happened, I wasn't like, hi, welcome to, hold on. Customer service voice, let me, Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get for you today? You want a hot coffee? Is Bike Place okay? We only have that running. I can make a batch of veranda, but it'll take about 3 minutes. Is that all right with you? Awesome. And what's your name? Okay, I'll mark that down. Be at the end of the lane, and I'll call your name whenever it's ready. Thank you. Customer service will be so scary. Yeah, you should have seen manager of customer service will pay. Hi, I'm here to talk. Hold on. That's a different voice. Hi, you had a complaint? Yes, I'm so sorry. We're backed up on the bar. Your Frappuccino is about 3 drinks down. Give it about 5 minutes, and we'll have that ready for you. Again, I'm so sorry in advance. It's really crowded today. We're doing our best. We're understaffed. Thank you for understanding. Yes. Very rarely are they understanding. But yes. So, I wasn't... Get that TV out. Anyways, very understanding. Very crazy. At that point, though, we had looked at... I think I was more like, hi, can I get you anything? You want a black coffee? Okay, I'll get you a black coffee. Do you want a pastry? Any additions, like syrups or milk? No? Okay, well that'll be about $3.80-something. Okay, thank you. We'll have it ready for you at the end. And usually what it is we have that coffee on tap. So what we do is we turn around, we would pour the hot coffee, and then we would turn back around and be like, here's your hot coffee. You know, it'd be like, here's your coffee. Have a good day. I think I was just really tired that morning. Because the place that I worked at, it was like in an establishment. Kind of like a Kroger's one. And so we opened like a little bit earlier. And like employees of the mall or people who were just walking by could come in like an hour before it opened. You know? They would come, they would order it, they would leave. Now, the issue of that was, I think she had, actually, I think she worked at JCPenney's. Don't tell me why I know that. I think she worked either she worked at JCPenney's or she worked at another place. But she worked in the mall. Because I remember that tag clear as day on her. And I was like, okay, whatever. She came back. They talked. Rose looked at the camera, and sure in fact, I did not throw the change at her. I was like, I placed it in her hand. Gave her her coffee. She left. And that's exactly what happened. And then, next moment, I think this is still mid-COVID too, so we didn't have, like, seating areas or anything. It was only walkthrough. So we were all masked, all seating areas gone. It was just her and my boss standing at the bar that used to have, like, these giant stools. They were sitting there, looking out. They were talking. And, then she came back and she was like, yeah, so if she comes back in again, give her a free drink. Huh? What? I was like flabbergasted. I was like, you're kidding. I didn't tell that to my boss, but I was like, you're kidding. Free drink after her telling that I threw change at her, you're gonna reward that bad behavior? That's my biggest complaint whenever I worked there. It was rewarding bad behavior, thank you very much. Oh, I made a mistake. Then after everything, you know, say, yeah, actually, the customer is always right, and you didn't throw the change at her, but she should be compensated anyways. She felt upset, but it's like, I looked at the camera, I did not throw the change at her, I didn't, like, shove it in her hands, I didn't do anything. I just put it in her hands and then left. And that was that. And then about 2 years later, not 2 years later, and then I left kind of soon after, but it's whatever. Honestly, I accidentally pressed Control S. I probably should do that again. Always save while you work, by the way. If you don't do it now, you should at some point. Control S is your best friend, especially if you're doing like animation projects like this, where the files can get really heavy. Excuse me. I don't think it's catching on the mic, but I had to eat so quick. I had to eat so quick before this, because I had to go. I had to go. Yeah. Another thing that happened, which I've had this happen before with the sub that comes in to help, just started crying on the floor. Mid everything, started bawling, and I was like, oh my god. Huh? Why? And we found out later why, and I was like, well, it's not much of a difference. It's not something that I could help, and I knew that she was prone to it before because I have come up to her before. I also like to just let people cry, and I'm not good at acknowledging it. Whenever it's in person, I get so awkward at handling other people's feelings, and I could not properly handle hers, so it's fine. She's fine. It worked out, or, the discussion happened, and, not to her favor, but it is what it is. It doesn't concern me. I'm not her supervisor. I don't get paid enough for that. It's what it is. Yeah, I don't have any super crazy work stories. Well, besides the change one, besides people screaming at me, I don't have many crazy stories. Now, I will say I did sell toys. At some point. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, YouTube, for the censorship. But I do have to censor myself, or else YouTube is gonna get big bad. It was for a brief period of time, and that was at Spencer's. Which, if you ever do it, if you ever do buy anything from there, don't buy that. And a lot of it's not regulated. Unless you know for a fact what you're getting, a lot of it's not regulated. Or they don't have strong regulations on it, and they can sell it to kids because it's it's labeled as novelty. However, at the one that I worked at, we still carded people. Because we didn't want to have a lawsuit on our hands. Or be forced to close, so we carded people. Especially, most likely if they were young, though. Oh, that's not the button that I need. For now, though, I don't know. This is probably the best job that I've had. I've talked about it before. It is one of the best jobs that I had. And I had some... Honestly, the one with my previous boss, she was awesome. This one... Actually, this one is a good boss. The one that I had before, between the good one, was a little rough. She's not here anymore, so yay! Yippee! Oh my god, that was crazy too. I don't know. Having worked a couple of different places, you find what you enjoy more. And by golly, get a job that gives you good benefits. Get a job that lets you take a vacation. Get a job. If you can't, that's also fine. if I could be home and be a house bat and just look pretty and do dishes and chores all day, or if I was like some sort of Medici pet, oh my god, you wouldn't hear from me. God, to be a Medici pet. I think that would be awesome. The Medici's kept people. Not like you should. You really shouldn't, but it's whatever. I don't think I'm doing Yuharu's bangs properly. Because Yuharu, whenever I did the actual design, I did kind of like mouse edge with it, but or like a curved inward bang. Like that. And then it's like this. And then there's like... Can I draw Yuharu from memory? Moshi moshi kikoteru. Janto janto kaeru da 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 da. Janto janto kaeru da da. Yuharu's got hair for days. It's kind of crazy. Okay. I couldn't remember. I don't think I gave you hooded horns. Hold on. Pause. Rewind. Play. Say that again. To my face. Pause. Taking a break. Stretch. If you haven't stretched, drink water. If you haven't drunk water, I need to drink water. I've been talking too long. Actually, it's not good for me. What time are we at? 3:51! It's almost two whole hours of animating. Oh my god. Let me see. Where are you? Got sleepy disease. Will it load? Please. Please. Oh, Lord. I don't think anything's gonna load. Lord, I'm 5,000 miles from my home. Actually, no, I can't do that here. Where's my reference? I don't think I gave you her horns. Let me see. The easiest way for me to find out is to actually look through my files. I think I have screenshots somewhere, so I don't have to look too hard. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No horns. Just ears. As I am deserved to. I don't think that's the words. Whatever. Whatever. As I am right to. I did get the hair right. It is very bangy. Do you think I would look good? Do you think I would look good with a straight cut bang? Do you think? I don't know. I keep thinking about it. Or like doing like the not hime cut. Like the wolf cut. Like the jellyfish cut. I don't know. It's coming back. Also, you know what else is making a comeback? Hair vents. Hair vents are making a comeback. But they're not as big as they are, and I'm worried about my anime girls, my anime guys, not giving enough ventilation, you know? Somebody said, oh, the little side... No, they have one vent. They need more. And to that I say, they need bigger vents, period. They're not getting enough air up there. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. That's... think I would look cute too. I'm thinking about like different designs. I still might keep the hair swoop, but I might do one where it's like a straight bang, or a like I don't know. If I get a if I get a proper 2.0, I'll do a second outfit and I'll see if I can have straight bangs. I might do a fuck ass bob. Sorry, a fuck ass bob. Yeah. I have so many sonas. You should. I should also. I'm so tired. I barely even wanted to animate. Actually, let's see how the animation is going. Well. Well. Whoops. I need to draw more. We're so quiet. We're only 2 hours in. This is what hell feels like. This is purgatory. Now we're getting to the point of, I don't want to animate anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. Oh, ads on Twitch start in a little bit, so be wary. So stronger than us, Mark. I'm trying. I try. It's hard. Animation hard. I tell you, animation's easy. No, people go to school for this. I do this without the school education, and I'm still like, dang, this has hands. It is a little rough. I think I'm gonna do more detail on these later. I'm just trying to get a really good idea of what I want. God, I could go for a fish fry right now. God, I could eat. Man, I'm so hungry. I could eat an entire YouTube chat. I'm so hungry. I could eat an entire Twitch chat too. And I'd leave nothing. Man. Let's see. Does it? Oh, there we go. There's the in-between I've been looking for. It's not an actual in-between. It's just... So... Oh, we get the back of U-Hunter's head. Hello. Have you ever tied your hair in a ribbon? I'm so hungry. I could eat a whole Penumbra Vulpe. Wow. What am I? What am I to you but a meal? But a smackerel? A minuscule French pastry for your digestion? For your divulging? Is that all I am? Is a pastry? I better be filled with fruit. Yes, okay. That's what I thought. Man. Oh shit. Actually, while Twitch is about to die, I was gonna stream last week. I wanted to do like a hand cam or something. I was like, I should do bookmaking or I should do XYZ. And I was gonna plan it out and actually do it one of the weekends before the 4th of July. I was gonna go swimming or something. And then I got a whole lung or two full of Sahara dust. and that quickly changed my plans. I'm sparing your flesh and eating pita chips instead. You're safe for now. Thank God. I do love a pita chip. Holy smoke. I've been on pita chips in, what's it called? The tzatziki sauce. The wonders of the world. Ain't nothing better than a little bit of tzatziki and your, and a pita chip. Actually, I'll take this ad break in a little bit to stretch. I'll also talk, remind me to talk about Agent Roadkill after this. Not in a bad way, but like a kind of funny way. I'm free! Okay. Dang. My neck. And my back. Ouch. Stretch whenever you can, folks. Back to this. So, the reason why before the break was like, hey, I should mention Agent. Because we work in the same place now. We have the same, not the same job, but the same, like, place of work, kinda. And so, because of that, people have been meeting my sister, my sibling, if you will. My rat sibling. Agent is not a rat. Agent is a possum. And so, while we're at work, apparently my or the lady who was visiting as assistants the other day, she didn't realize that my older sibling Agent and I were related until after. She was like, yeah, I could. Oh my god, my voice. Sorry, I'm not used to talking this much yet. So, she saw Agent for the first time subbing at another branch. And saw the mannerisms, saw the pattern of speech, saw the way that the way that she walked. And was like, I couldn't point out why it was so familiar. Or why the face looked really familiar. Until somebody said, Oh, hey, that's Vulpe's sibling. I was like, oh, that's why. I was like, yeah, we're siblings. That's my older sibling. She was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. She's like, how old? How much of the difference is there? In VTuber years, that is a secret. But I told her our age difference. And she was like, oh, okay. I see. And then we carried on the rest of our day. I also, it was crazy. That day there was like nobody, and I had done a majority of my work. Actually, the last day for this season for the summer is next Friday, and I'm really looking forward to it. I might just take a day off because I'll see if my boss will let me. I don't know. She's pretty nice. She's also really understanding, but I'm also like, I need to get this work done and get my list and stuff made and get my supplies together before I actually leave. But I think what I might do is I might get a head start on that next week. Now that we should all be back. So one of my coworkers was out for surgery, and we gave her a little thank you basket. We've been really good. I hate to say that, we've been really good about that lately. Where when somebody has been going through like a hard time, just giving them something to take care of themselves with. So not a boo basket, but like a little care package. And like, these are things that you will need. Here's some food. Here's some TLC stuff, you know? I'm a big person of like self-care whenever I can be. Sometimes the self-care is rotting in a coffin. Very nice. Very good. Sometimes it's lying down in bed rotting. My favorite thing to do right now is if I have enough energy, I'm at my computer playing Coral Island, or if I don't have enough energy and I feel like dog water, which unfortunately has been many days lately, I will instead opt for Animal Crossing in my bed with Adventure Time playing on my TV. So I'm autism maxing. I'm maxing my interests. I'm doing my organization tasks and also listening to the same show that I have seen at least 3 times consecutively. I started watching it whenever I was sick. I had like COVID. You've been playing a lot of Animal. Yeah, I have. I think my hours went up. You can usually check how many hours you've played, and I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared. I know how many hours I have in Coral Island. It's almost 200. Hold on. Let me see. Let me actually look at that right now. I may be right. I may be wrong. You may be right. I may be crazy. Anybody listen to Billy Joel's Glass House? Or Billy Joel Leningrad? Huh? I don't know. Oh, I have to close out of that because it's gonna download Yuppie Psycho. Which, update on that, I hate to be like not finishing games on stream ever about anything ever, because I'm usually like, I should finish a game on stream. You should do it on stream. However, and this is not new, this is like an age-old problem of playing a really beloved RPG game or like a JRPG game and people sitting like what is it, shotgunning, not shotgunning, backseat driving. Sack beating, if you will. I don't want to be sack beated. I especially don't want to be backseated. The backseaters in those games, every single time I play one, there's always like, well, you could do this. Did you do this? Have you done this? Like, yes. Let me be. I will play through the game once, and if you want to play it, I can gladly pass over the controls and I'll watch you play it. Trust me, I've done it before. I love a let's play. I love a let's play. I love a deep dive into the media as much as the next person. I'm going to need you to buck up and leave me alone so that I can enjoy it for myself. Also, I have 124 hours in Coral Island, which is not a lot, but it's not as much as one of my friends. One of my friends is like, oh my god, I'm kind of scared. Where's my friend? Let me look at my friends. I have a friend who has at least almost 2,000 hours in Stardew Valley, and that terrifies me. And I have another friend who probably has more, if not as much. Let me see, how much do you have in Animal Crossing? Not Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. Oh, that's a lie. I know you have more hours. I should look at your actual profile. Hold on. Here we go. This is oomph. We're oomph maxing right now. Sorry to take another animation break, but I'm not having fun. It stopped being fun. Oh, sorry, not 2,000 hours. 1,006 in Stardew Valley. Still a lot. Alright. The stream. Okay, yeah. It's my internet. It's the Wi-Fi. I'll probably finish doing this and then I'll cancel. I'll finish up stream because 2 hours is good. 2 hours of animation is crazy for me. Seeing as last time I like busted through, I think 10 back to back. I don't know. Okay, so what I'll do is I will kind of finish up the sketch. I'll clean it up later because my Wi-Fi keeps dropping because I think the siblings are online and or my siblings about to stream and or is streaming. So what I'm probably gonna do is do that. Okay. I think that's enough. I think that's Gucci. I think we're good. I don't know. Let me see. And I can clean it up later if I feel like it. Let me hide that. Oh, I don't have the last one. Hold on. Let me do that last. Last one. Here, and then I'll be done for the day. I don't know. I feel like I've done a good bit. I talked about things that I've yapped about before, but also new things. And there may be new people. I don't know. I feel like it's just yapping now. Oh, I might do a birthday stream this year. I didn't do one last year. I also didn't do an anniversary stream last year. Mostly because I was tired. I was like, oh, who wants to see little old me? My anniversary, I think, is also on New Year's, so it's kind of hard. I may also formally change my birthday to another date. I still want to be a Virgo, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I might figure it out. I might be like, hey, my actual birthday's this day, but we're celebrating it this day. I don't know. Last time I did a birthday stream, it was so much fun. I had people play Duck Duck Goose with me, or Goose Goose Duck. I had Among Us. I had Jackbox. I don't know. If I do anything this year, I might get a little ambitious with it, but I also kind of want to get other stuff done. Or what I might do is I might commission myself an early birthday present. Have it ready for after my birthday, or maybe after I return from a visit, because I have a vacation planned. I just need to get my finances in check. I don't know. I do have my finances in check. I got a new car, for Christ's sake. I upped my credit. I've been such an adult, which is crazy to say, but I did many adult tasks. I upped my credit. I applied for a loan. Another one. Another lien on a vehicle. I did so many things. I had to be a very... I had a lot of tasks today. The millennial... I'm not even a millennial. But like, the millennial in me was like, I did a lot of adulting. I did a lot of adulting today. I was such an adult today. I did a lot of adulting. I did a lot of adulting recently. Yeah, I did a lot of... I was about to actually say it. I was very much so an adult. The most adult that I could possibly be at that moment. Which was... got my new car, upped my credit, and then, oh god, what else did I do? I don't know. Clean my room? Felt very accomplished. I kinda should clean my room today, but I might save it for tomorrow even though I have work. I don't want to do it tomorrow. Or today. I'm just tired. Okay, yeah. Okay. So now... I think we have it. And I'll adjust these. I'll clean them up, because I have to clean up Yoharu. Whoa, a vacation. Whoa, a vacation. I wonder where I'm going. Who knows? All I know is 2 measly weeks between summer and fall season for my job. Actually vile. Actually vile. I know before we had a month between. And somebody was telling me it used to be longer. And I think that's nasty. I think that's pretty gross. They said that it used to be 12 weeks. We had 8 weeks for the summer program season. Someone told me it used to be 12 to 15. And I was like, that's too much. Anyways, let's see. And I'll have it on a loop. Oh, that's so cute! Okay. I'm okay with not having the lines filled in. Let's see how it pairs up with this. Oh, let me clean up those edges. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's see, last one. Okay. I'll clean up these lines. And then what I'll do is, because this is, yeah, like that. Isn't that cute? I wonder if there's a way to loop it. Is this the loop one? Hold on. Oh, that's too short. Let me... You're going on vacation to a place that is arguably worse than where you live now. It's a really cool special bonus in the place. It's really not. I don't think it's worse than where I'm at. I think that's a little harsh on yourself. I think that's a little mean. I'm being quite frank. I might have to extend the timeline instead of 24 to... Either I have to shorten these cells, or I need to expand on the timeline. I don't know, this is hard. 2 at 8. Or what I'll do is I'll put 6 in the front. And then see if I can time this better. Yeah, but I can put 6 in the front. Oh. Where's 1? Doko Iru no. Where's 1? What I'll do is I'll put... okay. I don't think I'm gonna make it 24. I might have to bump it up to 36, even though I hate doing thirds. Like 3. Like working on 3s instead of 2s. It's not my favorite. I'd rather work on 2s because 3s have a little bit of a jump to it that I'm not a big fan of. Oh. My apologies, dude. Actually, okay, I might change some of the angle of the shoes. Same thing with you, Hunter. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking on it, but I think as complex as this is, I think I'm okay with this for now. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna color it. Ugh. I could do monotone. I could do monotone with like a lighter glow around this. It's gotta be so annoying. It's gotta be much. I think this is fine. I feel like the shoe angles are a bit off, or like the character angles. Maybe it'll help to have color and shading, or to make you a little bit smaller to adjust their look and their size. Besides that, I think I'm solid. I think I'm good. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I don't have the WAV file. I'm sorry. A wave file. Alright. I think that's it. Okay. Let's go back to here. I'm gonna stretch. Talk about what's gonna happen. I still have to do a proper debut for the music. I kind of want to get Anna on that. Maybe, sort of, kind of. I'll figure out when they're free, when I'm free. And I'll show, like, the full in-depth thing. I might do it closer to my birthday. In August. I may do it later. I don't know. I kind of want more things together. I want to do an entire rebrand of sorts. Rebrand in a way that it's more comfortable, I guess. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm done animating. I don't think there's anybody who I can raid into on Twitch. Let me see. Twitch.com. I miss watching stream. I miss my oomphs. You ever miss your oomphs? I miss my oomphs. But my internet is acting cuckoo bananas. Sorry guys who are watching via Twitch and or YouTube. It's rough. I can still kind of see it. I don't know. Let's see. I have no oomphs online! I have no oomphs! It's okay, it's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, well, while we're here, we'll talk a little bit and then I'll close out stream. Yeah, at the end of August, early September, I have vacation planned. I have my birthday coming up. I have to figure out what I want to do. I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy. I might do a karaoke. Just a stupid karaoke. Though, with stupid silly songs. Unarchived. Maybe one archived one. Or I could do like a couple of songs in Japanese and then those can be archived. I've been practicing a little bit of it. Not super much. Not since I've got sick with the sand. What else? What else? What else? Huh. Actually, I might have something even crazier planned for my birthday. But don't quote me on that. It's gonna take a lot of work outside of being on stream and being at work to do. So it may happen, it may not. Who knows? For now, just enjoy me while it is. I think I make third year affiliate soon. I don't remember where my affiliate anniversary is. I have to look at my dates. I keep seeing people post theirs and I'm like, oh, I forgot I am affiliate. I should do those anniversaries. I should be keeping this close. But for now, I'm really focused on like home and work and health. As you can see, the health is not doing good. The home, I'm keeping up. The work, oh, I need a break. I'm getting to a point where I'm not burnt out, but I think I'm tired of going and blowing all the time. I can't wait for things to slow down a little bit more. What else? Huh. Do I have anything interesting going on besides that? I'm still working on model stuff. I might do like a quiet stream one day coming soon where I work on it. I find it hard to work on on Clip Studio. The day that I figure out how to properly display from my iPad, it's over for everybody in the room, mind you. Over for me, over for you, it's over. I could probably get one of those HMDI adapter things and do that instead. Or do it via import or something. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I also might have a handcam stream planned sometime in August. I'm getting back into bookmaking. I can't show you the photos because I don't have any like really good photos, but I had a couple that I made from a book that I rented from the library, and it was really awesome. It's some really good plans of like, you can make a book binding press with bamboo cutting boards and washers and like rubber feet and stuff. I don't know. It was really cool. I might actually take them up on that offer and make a DIY one. Because I have a DIY awl, AWL, bookbinding awl. It's the thing where you poke the holes in it. Anyways, I have nobody to raid to. So sad, so sad. I have no other stream ideas this week. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm in the home stretch. I'm very tired. I'm very burnt out. And I'm trying to take vacations between programming seasons without feeling like I need to, like, claw my brain out. So, we'll figure it out. What else? What else? What else is going on? Oh, yeah, August is also appointment season, where every single doctor want to see me for everything. So I see a doctor not next week. I see a doctor the week after that on Monday, and then I see one on Thursday or Friday, and then I see another one on the next Monday. So they're gonna hate me. And they're also... Oh! I gotta do blood work. They're gonna take my juice. Man. Horse. Okay, I gotta do that. Monday. I hate my life. I hate my stupid baka life. Oh. This sucks. Anyway, stay cool. Oh! Speaking of, be safe. Places are flooding and on fire. Don't eat salad right now. Have you guys seen the stuff about the cyclist psoriasis? It scares me. Literally days after that happened, my sibling was like, "Do you want to go to Taco Bell?" Like, no. No, not right now. Not in this economy. Not with what's going on. You know? So, they have that. They had the flooding and the fires and stuff. Please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Do what you can to be the safety. Take care of what you need to take care of. I'll take care of myself. I do what I can already. And whenever I'm not sure how I can take care of myself, somebody is there to help me. So, reach out. Talk to somebody you know. Get what you need. Get what I need. I get what I need. At least, I think I do. I try. And I will see you guys... Oh, maybe next week. Maybe at least after Friday. I'm free after Friday, and then I have 2 weeks, and then I'm back in the building again. So, have fun. Don't die. Love you. Goodbye.